AHENKAN Sports. AHENKAN Sports. AHENKAN Sports. AHENKAN Sports. AHENKAN Sports. AHENKAN Sports. AHENKAN Sports.
I wanna wake up to the heat of the sun. I wanna feel it shine inside me. Oh yeah.
I wanna walk into the beat of the drum. I want my life with all around me.
Oh yeah. We together as one, we're all the same. Oh yeah. You're together as one. Let's celebrate and let the world know.
We're gonna stay up, turn the night into day. We're gonna give the world a party.
Oh yeah. No matter where you're from, you're welcome to stay. We got enough for everybody. Oh yeah. We together as one, we're all the same. Oh yeah. You're together as one. Let's celebrate and let the world know.
We love Africa. There is none, Mama Africa.
AHENKAN Sports.
Love Africa. To the world. Another afternoon. Yamma Bibi Akwaba. Efan AHENKAN933FM Janaso. A good year, Musam Yareba. Midin, Yadi Joshua Kwabena Agyenim. And
Africa, here we
Nanka say Yosef Gina Tenase. That's when I may take it baton on
love Africa.
from AJ.
Here we are, Mama Africa.
Yadin Sam Neba, Nana Yaho Kasofia.
Here we stand.
There was Sudin Atie, says Shoni Pejani Moa, Obatini Kabatini. 1-4 on the dots. It's in Konyaswa. Copim timer. No me baba pe musimeduasa na afia sore so na nya kan so tinya to aso. And now 25th of May 2022. 25th of May 2022. And some near the bar. Anyame nkwa Yosef Ajirete Chire. Obrimpa poku are tuatua. Afa Foster. And I feel Roman Ashete. Yenya na kenti da boma. And a good musama sumo na area. I feel Kobe K. Kobe K. And so they are to Facebook. Facebook here live for them. And one AHENKAN933FM. Urema. Or like page no. Wash na for pia comment na so dia ba me akenkan bi enso dia ma ene ko be di ofia no in fact do na be fa kotokuru ya so en komado do na ye be di ade afa yankasa ye team ye nyina ye team ye nyina division 1 team aka 3 matches. Now I'ma make it to the premiership no. And you be the who come over. Internet no sa penny ni tinasia.
We gonna stay
In Sambia no so bisano. In Sambia peso bisano no. Fafa number is so fabra. Nafi and Kinkan Fama. Number is 0594 841 044.
We got enough for
0594 841 044. Or the bar Baji Bracken can come and studio mouth. And ran a survey beyond Humano. Send down your yellow no. Now so they were drinking the bar.
together as one.
Nafi Yahunia Conin nearby. Maybe beyond Joshua Kwabena Agyenim. We love and as an can catch it on. Yanim Mr. Fritz Marcus Shamid, interim head coach at Kotoku Royals.
Africa, we love.
Kofobe Brea who Mammy winning from Nafi Yendinkumo. Kofobe Brea who said Bruni at the touchline at the Kotoku Royals. But supporters Nankasano, Dudwana and Shada and Nimko Chipa. Omun said that Nidi Crampono, Ubisa supporters Nibia. A bad thing, the ama a supporters are more a supporting Kotoku Royals. Do not say that Nim baby of Fiba, Papa, a den Orientia, Kotoku Royals, said in a buyer. Now, come a course or Jitumu, Selko Pima, Clubs de Brewa, a year Ghana ha, Nafi Clubs de Brewa, Africa, Nafi, we are singing now. A banner come about potting, and our Royals Nini, a Dientia, or Jipinier, a by interim head coach, Edma, a Kotoku Royals, Bobo Kuno. And Papa no anybody come na for bisan nani so ade hu ne target ni vision enti ono so gitum say yes division 1 club e was zone 3 ne mu eye Kotoku Royals no me so mpese be beboa na for bia so etime kwedi mom ne bisan se na ni vision esitie na target be ena ne no onanka so set man ho personally cause do ne chemo league log no so a ya de a impempam no ka said here Kotoku Royals ena ene no omu LED table no in Bibia 8 me kwed amom o hwe games nso a aka nso a na se aka 3 games to go na fe se nkunimdie ne ba se nkunimdie 3 games na aka no se Nyankopon ya adom no yipuma kwam na se nkunimdie timi ba sa 3 games nyina osime Kotoku Royals ye nyina ya qualify eko aye Premier League nti se na samates etimi ebook ni place to the aye Premiership no Nyankopon ya adom na 3 games a Sunday yebo home against aye Nania no se nkunumdie ni eba Kotoku Royals Premier yaka ebimse baso ebimse mbaso ebimse sensem bebre aka kada fa ho no aka 3 more games to go 1 2 3 na Premiership no vision no abaso anase dream no enso abaso against Nania home against Uncle T our pram na fa against Tema Youth ewo aye Tema Sports Stadium we 3 games aka Kotoku Royals anima esomobo na omutimi qualify na bibia nso etimi fine e de momu na okono nya chese okono enyamre okono enye ekon ada form kra nke last game no enne be decide say hwan na qualify ko say Tema Youth so omutimi jom na so na form so mu games na aka mu wini a na say games nyina no and I say a point bibia ekojina the last game of the season Kotoku Royals and so any Tema Youth ebebo wo Tema Sports Stadium no na say honest bibia so etimi ekojina nkomane de bebre na enende no yebedi ewa ha mayamfo aseda ema new Bafan Herbal Center on the Endromiensa na aba edro no bako edin at the new Bafan Herbal Mixture antibacterial dra eboa ema ene emema in the typhoid fever na hawadwen stomach ulcer and as a kidney failure menstrual disorder babu one more kwafitira na se obekem akem se obu onso kwa na se moja na enshada embapapa as say about some days but as ya na ibiakem na ibi ye se bukem fach mpachao sa moja na akem nyina no yare na ede ebro ntene no se moja ne bana se enshada enyewe ya ubetimi akope a new Bafan Herbal Center omo adru ani den the new Bafan herbal mixture bi na bobo na bibia enso etimi akoye edi amount afei obuon ma on filise mpasugro obedibi mpasugro no on filise ne no obedibi ne konkrando me pacha o yade na o yare nti ese okoje eye new bafan heba mixture madro bi ebe increase libido no na afei onso wanya atenka na bibia enso etimi akoye dem ade yade ne nsankopon da kanipa ho a untimi anyi mfirimu da nti woni se uni bia na eye ahadwen pa afei new bafan natural capsules no enso aba scientifically tested ahwema jatum se droi saunuma enkofa habia enso emfa mbra ewachire na eboa emema na se male general well-being esanso male vitality afi mema bi wonuma na se djuma no onimbo onde oyade pa na enso ne nkoma no djuma ya na ofom na se otutu a enkuma boa otutu a ayi na namba bi na se waware be se 3 years 4 years ni akolabia enso ofi onum dabi wenu ese twem ese otimi enya aduro betimi abonafo nkwama no so no etimi ahyem kina na afei udo ne chiema ututu a wakoma boa na bibia enso I fine edi amount waste pains na etete osiyare na eha wadwen adwuma ye okroma no eya na edin pa obitimi tina sisa so many hours obitimi gina wasa so many hours na oye adwuma wenu eya ejap sisiyare ntise ne usisi na eye wo ya aduro no eno a any new bafan natural capsules premature ejaculation obuonuma na se ban beba ekuyaumba ba afei game no ehase a 3 seconds na wagie mu me catch you play nye play fan se wado ema emwa edi wato graphic mankofo ekenkan mpacho emfa ho ni sika obeyi no ban befa wachi in fact se untimi njana so embo adwuma untimi njana so be se 1 hour 2 hours 3 hours they say kofi ti se hwan wa na
Oda first start.
Okay. First hold on. Enti untimi njana na so embo adwuma nkwa akire a me pacho ban be fa wachi emfa ho ni sika pudu awo ka betama no chese iPhone abetama no ni nyina no ese otimi jan na so na fe obo adwuma awosu ni ye pampa loop ese obobi kuna fiko no skastat 1 afe tea bag ni stars ahodo aka nyina no ese otimi jan na so na obobi na bibia enso etimi find ma se na be ya ban betimi atena wo nchen na ese dani nyina gonorrhea na tete wa eduo no magdikan aka che ose no a any new bafan natural capsules bafan malamis enso aba malaria na hawadwen malaria na tete wo ene aseko ade be se ade be sano na ahopopo na saba na fa watesi so na chese malaria na hyehyɛ ho asenkoye edura no ma one time betime tu ase ade ama no eno ane bafan malamis malaria do tatahwe na se onuma malaria no nyina ebetu ase edi ama frɛ number na fɛn koma aka wa kyerɛ nyina no odi mpanifo indi number na 0240581585 0240581585 ana 0553511501 0553511501 ana 0208233058 available pharmacy shop bia chemical shop na herbal shop bia no yeton bi chumasi drugstore o achim da habanya bi ato ma pharmacy yeton bi Kennedy drugstore yeton bi afechini ba NS ado enso achianse never again ebo achianse sister beki ho enso ebo achianse amen o mankesim mama Doris enso wonom no na se o asenfo sister ya ewa kimkusi ya droi ebusu chapa banya bi no ato na fe enso de tu yarwa ase na bibia enso etimi akofine edi amount insuo we de eya na ye water is life na nye nsuo bia ne no na se onuma ebema apomuden nye nsuo na onuma ebema ahoden mepacho nsuo bu onuma na se nsuo no man traso banumbi nti reverend on prayer no de wo nsuo akubia opepa mfa ho se odi die kra brena kofi onum kofi
Yeah, baba.
reverend o nsuo akubia onuma opepa we se sana lalai
No, do you know no?
As a Kelvin boy, oh no, so that's it. Nti emfa ho ni baby owo, any baby awo duru. Sense oni bi ni ho nko ade in fact, oh no. Nti inso de ya na ye, no nse unum so e so hwe inso emute. Da fan fidie ma. I mean insupa onuma betima ma ahoden, be ma apomuden. Na wagina na so no. Me patcho no a any standard water. Standard water. Standard water.
Bien him say standard there.
Eye nsu a. Ede.
Nyo bi na be chirim kwa jira wanza.
Nsu no no ma say yes unum suo.
Yes.
Onum ma say yes unum suo.
Standard water.
Enti ukodwa so o ko offense store bia ka say me pe standard water.
Yes.
Nsuo so no ma ma hoden. In fact, enkofa cholesterol na dade bia emfa mbrɛ. Nsuo bo no ma efini dade wom ti wonum a na eja yare sa. So what I say, one so call me two come by on my conum so man afa.
Oh, ada e call we him conum so bi wa.
If I am.
Oh, masa.
What's that?
One chum mamba fi kura.
No, start
Park no so wa.
Enti standard so there oh baby ah.
Broni na brofo na broni by na standard e bia.
Standard down on.
Bro.
Standard down on.
Oh, ba say standard. Standard na.
Standard down on.
They are standard na.
Enti say onum bia.
Do as a standard.
Standard.
Ne amaobi.
Yes. Standard no so say oh baby ah. So what I say. Enti baby abekọ bia no benya bia to. Enya hase na e bia abekọ mikroma prana se o. Makono nsuo bi na afam yam nsuo amnum wa hra na nya enu bi na mnum wa ha. Nsuo amnum wa babo nya bi na mnum.
Ena unsu ntimi nka say wo pensuo a wonum bi nti no. Wonum nsuo. Eda ba num nsuo. Enti ba num nsuo de a.
Ena asem na standard no kwan so baby ah.
Enye no kura pa se. Uze utu kwan a. Ebi o ma nsuo no ho rompe. Enti ba wo say wo chen ade aba untumi. Kati ni pan say standard.
Water is life. Water is life.
You can standard na ba na fide.
Na
standard obi atumi num bi. Akwara pedin akwakura berwa brantie.
Enti wo store anase me no wa bie super store bi a friend number na fe yemfa bimbrel. Number no 0547 334385 0547334385 and 0245666274 0245666274 standard water mi feel in the name almost so aba coffee bibia bakọ de
kwabena bia kama
bibia didade
bia kama so so bia kama hone opa ba no pa enko ba bia enti hone no bia kama
mo opimbra
bia ho ye ono wa theatre
onte honka
poku yes bra na na hu de be ye hu bia be fa
but maminchi alaji bundus
no
alaji bundus alaji bundus o kaswa and oh me ba na mamin kasa me alaji bundus o kaswa and I don't know ardent watcher. Oh yeah, I mean your fan pa. Yes, or share show in live or Facebook.
Alaji Bundus.
Yes, Alaji Bundus.
Minyeska, me ya, ebe from Alaji Bundus.
Ano so de waye yi.
Zadi ni de omuna yi.
Waye yi say tam. Yeah, Alaji Bundus. Waye yi say tam.
Ntimi so me ya. Da be hu se ma yi pe na ofre Alaji Bundus.
Just be am she bia yo no.
Alaji Bundus. Okay.
We yo no. Won se me ko ba ya na be she.
Alaji Bundus. Ye na be ko haba. Ebe ko ba. Ebe kwa na se.
Enti Alaji Bundus say United fan won. Osan si Accra so folk fan. Enti ade am say what you folk.
Ha se de odi kwa kunkum Africa so do ne. Ne obo na yo mo. Me ne Man United.
Man U.
Yes.
Strong supporter pa.
Enti we there.
In fact.
Enti na from Alaji Bundus.
Oh heavy.
No credit. Why are they?
Ade na kan pese o de mame one farm. Me na kan pese o mame original boot ma bet. I say
o ma do obi abehu no boot there say o ko she ko park so nyo obi abehu say
na say boot no so
large bundus ama
me say boot na ba adwuma mu
na say ntumi fa nkyere Facebook no
e ba ne critical me ya kire Abrimpon opoku ware
yo chama
bibi aboko de
bibi aboko ya ba de ne
ya ba so na ya ba
be kakra ne
ko etene e on komodie wa ha
oh yeah because we are doing there adumwa
na baby adunu so de ese mu nyina mobo a baby eya fa no
me nkofo mo frefrem no amunyai nkofo mo frefrem se kutoku betimi qualify no amunyai munya ma frefrem me dan nkofo ma me na
se kutoku betimi qualify ana se kutoku betimi qualify
obogu nti ovoze baby akodu no kutoku betimi qualify utwa ho a kana na se se club chairman ho ana wonu ka mo mfra na mo mam
so mo nim number no nim number as ko so mo so no nim
adwuma na ye na watu o ye devoter between omo and kotokuro ya so ati o ati as immediate and tell bibi chiri na dwan
enti uno nim afra as you go bisa club chairman
na dwese mi dawa be 11 biti se mi phone bele kana me ko fire obron phone am say ma how pa me simpa chwa dai nti obron phone ti se ahwe bibia Kotoko abedi kan yom bi qualify.
Amun jin this Kotoko beti qualify. Asa dia no afum maba.
I am say
course no ba no. Amunya nto.
Iti naka operation prima ga se na ye dia grana.
So mo fo say e agro die. And mo fo say da form. But na form sir. Baby o ma be du na ye.
Baby o ma be du no, baby o ma ko du no eye.
Me de say
me
ka say manu so.
Ka say kwampa say hono me okay. E so mo 3 games na
me ka say manu so me aso bet baby o ma be du no. Eye. Sa club no kura na ntimi an qualify.
Na so no baby amado.
Me ka say.
Say no ready table.
O ma me ka.
Dabi na say de hono mo.
Say club na ntimi an qualify. Mo fa so bo mo mpanimfo mo kuru mo afo.
Okay.
Omo na mama club na qualify.
Na say unim so mbeboa. Say bia na mo beboa.
Enu ti na me use to word bi say.
Na so mo boa so na so mo to be an qualify.
Ene e de mebo team no.
Yes, and as word na ka make na enia ma.
Aha ti kan
na ka me ba be.
Kasem ni.
Me say club na ntimi an qualify. One, mo fa so bo no mo kuru mo ampanimfo MP DC abamu mpanimfo ankora korofo wo sika na sebi omo si sika no so se twon. Abrofo no so club na qualify mo fa e bia ne say ya director enura nkomodidie bia wo die ofiri Adom FM no kwa ha ono so starting the project 18 company for ne wo patamu ano so start so mbe bia club na qualify dey emfa so bo ne mo coach ene ne players no but say coach ne players no so yo ma fomu die na club na qualify dey me so bo ne be bo MP ona bo Alexander Kwasi Akwa ona bo Kwadwo Ponkroma ona bo Ose Kennedy ona bo Oluwa then a chance MP DC MP MC so mo krumu a ankra fo mu wo sika edwomfo mo tonton mo ne ade na me so bo ne bobom because eno na me check sama boy how a edwomfo mpanimfo nkwokrafo mrewafo abo team na masama tesu ko ani je nkwa na ekoso no sanso na wodanfo mpanimfo betimi ayebi entimedia me sise team no baby o ma bedu no 56 points no ma bedu no so o ma ntimi an qualify am de so bo ne bebo ye mpanimfo no because baby adu no de say all hands obiara de ne saba we de ne say ba me de me say ba me de say ba me as a radio presenter de me ma adwuma when the 50 day one no so pekotokuri asese me obrompo amiti 50 day one me adwuma bia se me ye bia MPs ni DC for ma bom achia momra me ma kama se ma ba bisi nei entimedia metimi aya de ama club one say me ma betre ha e bia omutam piko no omuton me ba be ka ho asem e bia nkrofo so mo ba stadium SSM be ka ho asem e bia players na nema ba kumienu miensa ne nkoyi a me ba be ka e bia team no nema ba kumienu miensa ne nkoyi a me ba be ka me ma kama die bet empanifo na aka sese no Alexander Kwasi Akwa say opese wo ye proud so fra ke modan emene na anie Kwadwo Ponkroma pese o gini dia as information minister na e ka se Kwadwo ukrom won so sesi aye wo Premier League bi team wo ha enu anie so we se ye papa Oluwa onya wo be se wo be dress akwatra parliament nko a me modin so se won so ukrom team bi wo ho ye papa o se Kennedy ye modin se won so astro tef na wo ye na je se wani jagro no enti Kwabena emre na anie enya emre ni ba bia bio emre na anie sa na wo twem yensa we ena se wo ye MP ese se wo ye DC ese se wo ye ohen enya se ohen ne se wa dress ya sha hen no ahen mani kenti akwatena ahenfie ne ye de snap abro nana wie ochiame kwaka champion se wie dabi wo ye ohen ese se wo chu otumi se wonso patamu ano ye wo team wo efan kotoku enti se wo ye kotoku ohen kase pa wonso emina na anie no agiga no atubotom 10,000 Ghana cedis me ye ohen so media ba nso Kwabena emina na anie beti onkofo bo ha ye me nka se wawu asa na mababo aso ya abrem DC no in fact papa we de me machia me na di nkomo stadium da 1-on-1 me meeting 1-on-1 adwempa na papa na ekuta no se sa papa no benya che onya nwuye wa kire mpifo no wa mafia mpifo ne wokruma se mompa ono de ope wa mafia mpifo ne DC fo ne wo patam wa mafia o na se ka kwa nko no kwa na ne kwa anye from abremu bo odan ekwana sesa sebi amakuni adu ekwana tampapa baba ni tumi to ne ka na wo ye DC ye ne wo ye DC ye ne MC okroma na so omwade na mum sebi wo abro ni baye ne wo tim
okay
yes eti Kwabena mna na nie so wo na wo se wo ye MC wo se ye say Eastern region ni club bia obo Ghana Premier League ni bi ene ye say obaka ye say wo nu say MPs fo no na Erobe we say Premier League na di ko mpatamu o kwasa maboya enu na efekeke you see uko bibia ni a efekeke
eno na live video bia
me bisi me hwa bia no pay ma hwa bi masa ko he emre wade da fomo eno mo de mo ntoma asesa fom eno mo de ma sama testimony so mo mfa so enti Kwabena nso betimi aye bi na de betimi aye ne se yan so betimi de ye so betimi de support enti wo ye MP wo ye DC wo ye assemblyman wo ye hwan Kwabena emo obi ma o na so se ba beboa
okay
ese se manim na susu che otumi se me so me free Kotoku me are the proud of say me ye Kotoku ni na mani gi se me ti Kotoku asase so me ma be pa o chew ze baby edu no ye pa o chew be bra da bi sa ne mani atwam beboa na me tu challenge ni makojo oponkroma so wutimi ko track transport de ko hye Kotoko jersey ko hye Kotoku game Hazakas ladies no omo asipon omo takura de wutimi ko ya doye de mom Hazakas ko bo Champions League no ko ya doye de mom na se Kotoku back Premier League na druku sha moment we na kojo oponkroma so won keka masa ene papa no wanya de so oponkroma kire se wayama Hazakas lady obetimi ayem mroso de makotoku Royals eni manima yakwase ka Badista nka envelope abeda wo se bem na ko mu ben na ke bebo ni din o radio no so
all right
eti Kwabena me de adesede da me de ba asenso nkyere ni de adwuma me ya ma yawie Kotoku asefo ni kwando out of influence de adwuma be ne anya ni egwam anajo de so kwa opokunti kwando out of influence ni Kotoku be protest yakosi sem munya nto boase eti nkran hye sem de be ma supporters ya ya fam awie yen sentrefo de adwuma ya bon de wura tampi ko mu no mu ba stadium amunya si o de ahoodin betimi no yaye me nu ke na kesa bi o ye yadefo a ti se ye papa odi AHENKAN level Kwabena ka Badista Badista no meka nke ye mo meka ke betimi aye fam de eti Badista no zo so nchuo mutumi se me odi AHENKAN ko asema di kan to challenge amano ono me na me to challenge amano ena no so atiesi adome fo no so start ni campaign into no so start eti yesram Sunday de me invite MPs for ni awo da sports stadium
okay
MP bia wo ba 10,000 Ghana cedis oh me am say me come say me no na be come say
mama
me dia me say na me ka ti me ntwo bo me campaign na me ye etu so pa yo campaign eti MP bi obebo da me Sunday me wo da sports stadium Sunday me share da community de me ko jamba bia monitor DC for no obi amla MC wo ba for assembly members count kro bia wo fisu bia esa hemfofo no enye da bia sem be dress akwatra nvi akwahyecha mahenema kese ne montoma enya sesa nkawa gu munsa no kwada bi wo yo hia dress board dance sport stadium wo ba ne so akunwa na wutinye siwu na so wutinye siwu so ne bojo so na we say phantom from ni diachire ani braba because Kotoku ma sesa ni bre wo ne abu bokrojan ni kire se Kwabena ni braba ne dia beten wo dance sport stadium na ka last ankuti game na ka hemfofo na dress na krojan ne dia ko gu pram mo se prampam wo se akutifo ni nya pay ya yemfa start Sunday na nya fo ni pay ya pom mo se krojan phantom from koso that sports robon se afei we hwe we na hwe we nim na ko ne ba ha be den na atom so stadium ho etu yo he a enya hemfie nko a dabi Sunday wo da hemfofo mo no semfa ma hemfo nketo ne mo ntwene ni nya fa nwura kire because Kotoku we nya ko ne ekọ we nya etu ko ne ense kan ko ne de ko we eye bo ko sese nsanto kwa ne etuo kone na twam sese ntokwa bia ye bo ne sese ahefofo ne de brom ho edu hwe sese a koto wese otumfo ne nana dom ahe Adwana Stars ne Kotoko behia as a war alright etu Kwabena da me kan say me expect Sunday fans no bia mra say 5 cities emrewa enkokora se ne bi kosi wo Samates no ye mebi so that sports stadium na fe medam throw challenge medam akasa me CMP bia ne UDC bia 10,000 Ghana cedis so so pese Kotoku kokona now so am kokono now yam pibi na babonte be ka say adu to man qualifier takuru mu ade nka ye besi
Abrempa Pakuare na wate ne nka no o say nya say ne besi say Kotoku Royals entimi an qualifier ne besi bia no esesi na afi etimi hwe cause games na kan de say Kotoku Royals enso etimi edi enkunim na penifo na ba oketache FIFA ewa ha Mr. Eric FIFA Samson Reverend Dompre na fe coach Marcus enso abepie mu han so no de ne middle name na ompe opese me bo fit no nti fit na ne je ho pa okay bibia I find it
Kwabena dom ahweye bibia e kama pa
all right Reverend
yes boss
bibia e kama
adom no nti bibia e fine
da nyame ase
ene da utum so brofo na e be kama ha o
ai na yende na yende Mr. Fritz.
Yes.
Is everything okay?
I'm fine, thank you.
Okay, and
Pleasure
how are you
to be here. Thank you for having me.
Okay, thank you for you to coming here. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Mami, ndi kan share some friend so answer. Since City ahead of 3 games aka we nim no say na team no nhye ne sitie.
Okay, Kwabena me da say say ye be ye one after the other, especially yem pese ye be ka 3 matches ni nyina bom at a go. Yes and ye mistake into your fan one after match and nyame adoma kwesi ada match against Nania FC no ene na ye hu adwuma kese pa na nyame nhira poku coach Sandra Boachi na ya na ka kire ne nkora no nyame nhira poku nso nyame nhira de pa na masam nyina etiawa ye hyase fire kira Kwabena kina mesire supporters a omutie ahenkan FM nyina se ekira no pa no nkron obi a meboa yen ewo eye forecourt of stadium na oba Falco Jambra wonya plywood kakra na ye kan wakoma bia no otro so a na wafa na okita ye de nwom ne brass band ne samambo be fa achimoda krom nyame adom akina na ya church placard so akire kotoku for premier kotoku need help kotoku this nia eka wusu akoma bia odi say Chrome Hampany for titru adefo abrempon womo sabi onyame ya hira womo bibidi bia no womo hu saade ya ye de fa krobu na womo beboa ma yen ama yenisuade hu na ne ye pese ye no atumi abam no ye besere nti akina ye ko float kese pa Kwabena ba biade na duru na ye nibre me ene na me ka kire me nkofo me nuafofo bia me ne omo di nkomo no se it's not a matter of mathematics. Kotoku Royal situation at the moment is not a matter of mathematics. It's a matter of win your all matches and qualify. Any small calculation.
Which we know say club and so bet me winning.
I need to be winning.
Yeah.
You bet me winning hands down. This is in money and share.
Yeah.
Yes, so be the bottom line is that say you lead
in fact Uncle T first game no inkunimdie ba
ya share mu 2-0
na ya share tema youth intitima ya ntimi anhye ne pe na ye nane a
ano so krade mu ba gini simple
yes ya nim say no so no omo ba home no
wo mo ankasa no aside a mission na ye de bobo no wo mo ankasa so krade ye de wo mo issues kakra
oh sir
and ye nkan wo hasisi the bottom line is 3 points ni hia ye more na me adom no de che ye wi a kire nkomo ne ye bedi
okay
Kwabena de ye kan ne say baby ade ne duru no enye na asem Achimoda and Kotoku Royals cannot miss such an opportunity way.
Yes.
This is the greatest ever, Yenya. And this is the timer. As I say, utilize this an opportunity, Yenya. Yeah, papa, dear AHENKAN933FM. Shira. And no, I'm maintaining coming. My video now, I'm in train with that. I'll be sending messages and what I'm saying, and one at a Kotoku for premier. Kwabena ho. So what young cry yabo boa. Sebi omo nsi odan.
Davi.
No sankofoni nyanya premiership wo areas krom no odan ye nya bia. Ade de me de masam ni nyina etiawa. Supporters na omo dokotoku. We just spend just 20 minutes 30 minutes with us. Na koye wadwuma.
Etina start finfa.
Yes, start free stadium.
Ne de akopem he ana.
Ya de be fa MTT kwan na ewuram.
Cross country.
Yes. Kwabena ye tu ehwasi wo. Ye me de me catch your krobia say ye nhye kokoko. Wonya kokko afa kokko boti. This is the time. Ye ma wiase nyina hunu say Kotoku Royals ye willing say ye be ko premier no.
All right.
Nti na maka say we ye de no, it's not about any mathematics. First in na nanke susu say somebody should beat Temayi for us for Kotoku to beat Nania.
Yes.
But this time around
you have to beat
the
them.
trend has changed.
Yeah.
Just beat Nania, beat Uncle T, beat Temayi, and you are got to go. It's as simple as that. Masa, see any bria, you bet me ayama na ye. The bottom line is that you will come home to Egypt before we for Nations Cup boy.
Mr. Faith
only the year who know you will be empty. I no do so on the other can say that, but yet you know. What now come how Egypt before we see and few Ghana and I guess
yes.
On before Nations Cup boy.
Yes.
Obi your money. Obi can be beat your assembly here. Now they go to create a and Chile. You have to be the premier about the NC. Kwabena mamu suso ni oma biso. This is the time. Some opportunity we say free and sa. Manu sisimu na so me mpade beka. Anti mumu ye nyina mfa ya hunyim. Tie sremo nyame bi o kire no pa no nkron. Yakofa agro ebe didi ye tata. Ebe ma na anti a wo mre. Ebe make sure say ebe nya nsuo ni edi achi. okɔ na wo bra bonsuo ni bi na yɛnkɔ yanim
Tampiko so na
ebesu na tampiko na egu wo da mo de yɛ den mo mo yɛ num bi abiri na nie yɛ kɔ premier yɛ bɛ num ne tinsa yɛ gu ho yɛ wie season yɛ de den
okay
nti yɛ bɛ num bi
okay
obiam na maboa yɛn na me boa ɔkyena na yɛn kyerɛ kotoku mpanifoɔ adefoɔ ministers MPs DCs MCs nyinaa no mu hunu sɛ yɛni abrɛ
okay
na bibia kwabra wodi demonstration simu no woyɛ na woyɛ ne yi a ewie woyɛ
mame bisa ana me call reverend so reverend sa oyɛ kyerɛ ya yɛ kua na sɛ sa work a ɛkyena yɛ koi ɛdɛ na yɛ expect ɛdɛ na yɛ ka kyerɛ amtimamufoɔ no nsɛmba ne yɛde kɔ abɔnten
we just want to create awareness and then obi who said they are part of the team also dey bia no woka ho a wode ho hyɛ mu yie te botae de kɔ kyerɛ sɛ ɔdan man obi aka team no to obi amfa no ho magim na yɛntumi nkɔ premier that is the motive
okay okay nti sɛ bia obi nso kita ne nsɛm bibi kakra nso
ɛno kura de ɛyɛ ade ehia pa yɛ pesika bibia wode bebia ebi obi kura betumi aka sɛ mema mo care mo de mo nneɛma begumako obeka so mema mo machines say ye bibia ye hia ese ye eboa ne yetumi ekanya ye ho kyerɛ no ne ade bebia you are welcome
o ye kefit kura na apɛsɛ obɛbɔ sama modidi akyi a ye bɛgye so ene bira bɔ kwabra mo me ntoto ne ɔma ase o ye ni abre papa me ma ofidie so nkasa ase da ba wo hwɛ eni bre a mede kasa na
ene asa o ya emotional
ne tu kyerɛ sɛ wan nye ne ye be hard ara ya bre papa oni de
agasa ko krom na asa
on tin ya bakra so no afa krom ba mienu miensa nko behu sɛ na krom asi eni bre si aba ha si aba ti ye besere pa obi amoye na ye ntimi accomplish ye mission we de we nku ade just 3 1 2 3 ni awie
yes into just 3 no mama call Mr. Marcus so Mr. Fit once again welcome.
Yes, thank you very much.
Okay, 3 games to go in the season. What should we expect?
You can expect that the team makes everything in their power to really go all the way. I'm listening to my colleagues, I'm very sorry that I don't have an opportunity to put them both on the pitch, because from his speech, I know that he would win the game on his own.
Yes.
But he obviously is not registered. He will not score.
So ambitious.
But but I can assure you that the players, the team is of course excited, highly motivated to be in this position. I think maybe, first of all, before you talk about perspectives and expectations, it's the moment to give them a lot of credit. They have achieved a fantastic season, and to be still in the race at this time of the year is already a big performance, and they deserve a lot of credit. They deserve a lot of support, and of course now it's just about mobilizing all the possible energies and all the possible support to really benefit from this situation. We have a home game now coming. Contrary to my colleagues, I don't think the next game or the last game, I go game by game. We have to attack the next game at home, and we have to take this opponent very seriously. We have to respect them, and we have to expect again a tight game. Like all the games we played so far, there is nobody who will give away the points. It's not that they expect you just to walk away with the win. It's always fighting, it's always tight, and you really have to stay on top of it until the very last minute. So we are preparing for Sunday, we're preparing for Nanya to be a tough opponent, and we are aware of the fact that we need to win the next game. Of course, you can always say you win all the games, but let's go step by step and approach the home game. And I think that's really what we heard from the referent. It's also about preparing for this home game. I think it's not only about the support for the team, it's also something which the team wants to give back to the community, to the supporters, because they have been here all season long, and now in the very last game of the season, because I think there might be no home games coming back until the month of September or even later.
Yeah.
So they really
I
want
think no game at the end of this at the end of the season.
no
no
game.
game.
No game.
No home game. No home game.
So this is the day
This is the only
to
home
see
game.
the game,
Yeah.
to see the team in action, and like maybe the supporters want to give a last cheer for their players. The players want to show them the respect, give them some tribute, pay something back, because we had a year with a lot of support, and the players are highly appreciative of all these activities coming from the crowd. And it's a give and take for Sunday. We really want to show them that the players, they want to be the pride of this region. They are pride of Achimota. So let's show them. Let's show our supporters. That's what I tell the players. Let's show your supporters that they really can be proud of you, and they have a team representing the whole area, the whole region, which they can be proud of. And this is in our focus. And what's coming after is there's still time for new preparation and a new approach.
Okay, what message do you have for the supporters? I mean, the supporters. What message do you have for them? Should they believe that you can make it?
Look, when you're in this position, 3 games from the end of the season, if you wouldn't believe that you can make it, I think you wouldn't be here.
Okay.
Because you have already made a lot of hard work, hard efforts. You have overcome fierce obstacles. I take the last away game, which we played on the weekend. We were down 2 goals after 30 minutes, and the team fought back. They came back into the game, and they win the game. So you have done a lot of work, hard efforts. And if you think you can't believe you can't make it, you would be in the wrong place. Of course, we think we can do it. Every game is 90 plus 4 minutes, and you have 3 options. In every game, you have 3 options. You can win, you can draw, and you can lose. And we will do everything in our power and our possibilities to take away the win.
Okay, aside the game, some of the supporters don't really know you much, and some even don't even know your name. Let me ask, where did you start your career?
Well, that's a long story. Let's make it short.
Yes.
Switzerland, I used to play for a Swiss club in Grasshoppers Zurich. I don't know whether you're familiar at that time, or it was one of the traditional clubs in the Swiss championship. I didn't have a long playing career due to early injuries. I went into coaching very early. Maybe as a side remark, I can say that I used to be a journalist for 5 years, so I'm familiar with your work in case you come up with some tricky questions in the future. But I was mainly in coaching. I used to work in Switzerland with several clubs. FC Basel, you might be familiar with this club. I had a very short stint with Tottenham Hotspurs in the Premier League. I worked with the national team of Austria. Before I moved to Asia, I was a technical director of Football Association in Malaysia for 4 years. And my last coaching job was with the national team, the senior national team of New Zealand.
Okay.
And now over the last 2-3 years, I was mainly working as a consultant and technical advisor in service of UEFA and FIFA. And that was actually how I met the management of Kotoku Royals, because I was in Accra a bit more than a year ago, working with the GFA, the Ghana Football Association. We conducted some leadership retreats, management seminars with the management of the FA. And I was part of this expert group, and the president of Kotoku Royals approached me, asked me for some advice. He was looking for a coach. He was looking to put the structure of his organization in place, to move forward, to develop. And that's how we developed a certain collaboration. I thought maybe it's the time to step in and to help. And that's why I'm here, and that's why I decided to finish the season with the team, and I'm excited as well, as much as the players. It's fantastic to be here and to fight for promotion, because you might be playing somewhere in the mid of the table, and this would be nothing that boring, because that's what we hate most if you don't compete for titles, or at least against relegation. That's what keeps you going.
All right, being the head coach of the New Zealand national team, and where you have worked and teams you have worked with, why do you accept a Division 1 club in Ghana?
Because I was involved in this project as a consultant, and I saw the strategy, I saw the ideas of the management, and I saw that they tried to push this forward. And when you are engaged and you have an interest in the project working, you don't just walk away. I mean, I could say, yeah, bad luck, you lost your coach, I cannot help you further. But on the other side, when you feel somehow engaged, involved in it, you also feel a certain responsibility. And then it's no question whether it's Division 1 or Premiership or in Fiji. It's the project which is interesting, and I thought it's a certain responsibility to at least to help them to come through the season.
Okay, so coach Fitz Marcus Shamid, and yen in fact, interim head coach Adama Kotoku Royals Bobokono, after say head coach Paulo Campena walking away from the club or no penifoni ni din koma wajatum say yes, a person by interim coach Adama Kotoku Royals na fi target na fi vision o ma set je so mani so no otimi achieve mom na bibia so etimi fine and mom say na organism no we coachy a lot of national teams mu afasan so any clubs be na ayejuma, and now chema no so no footballer na ball no bobi dada into onim say na agro no esi etien, so injury and I say pra na amano antoa so amboni games no enso ankwachi afio sanso chema na say nsem twadwuma so no na say why bebre na eni no okay I said that na betina na
me kwabra me dia no
we say what different
me dia no me kwa na minimo aduma nwumra ye plan ya haba ne ade no na obeka kire say wabo adwuma ne kakra o so ti adwuma na ase ne ade na mse enem sa se bebe ko
we dem jisa anhwa uja echiro ma na one holiday go ma no
dia ye die aye se piapia na am se kakrom ha ba chi pa e ko ba ni say dia be ku kakra.
Okay, so eno nyaket and so the atujwa and coach Iba ye per record said that me no 6 games na wabo we win mu 9 4 games we win afi wa draw back na afi we lose back inti the results in there ultimate say esu ani anisa mama mbisa no coach, how do you see the players now Kotoku Royals, the players, how do you see them?
I like very much to work with them on every day. I'm really grateful that they allow me to work with them. Look, it's not easy for players. If you are in an environment, Division 1, you know, its conditions are always quite difficult. And it's the players who have to make the performance. They are in the center, in the focus of all activities. And with the conditions they're in, the environment, and then the situation, losing a head coach in the midst of the season, that's not easy. That's not easy. And then you have a new coach coming in, maybe with new ideas. You have to adapt. Maybe sometimes there are changes in daily routines. And I must say they are fantastic how they cooperate, how they work very hard, and it's a pleasure to work with them. They have qualities. And they have, most of all, they have an excellent team spirit, and they really believe they can achieve something. And this is just pure pleasure.
All right. Okay, into coach, and so I can edify Kotoku Royals, Bobo Ekuno, and so into I don't know. Focus it. Onlusu game. Okay, Onlusu game. Okay, what about 6 matches? Okay, to one and now Reverend. 6 matches. Yeah, starting Liberty Professionals. On Lusu game.
Yeah.
Yeah. But still na 6 matches now.
I think it's a draw no me name.
Draw name, you know. Yes, I think against
Interlice.
any Susubribi away.
Hey guys, we have lost the first game when I was not allowed to coach.
Yes,
because there was
that was
the
against
Stars.
Accra City.
And since then the team hasn't lost. They haven't dropped any games.
Okay. Inti eno nya coach ne so eni no o de atudwa ho no ma ni games na aba no in fact games wa board ma Kotoko Royals no o wini offense o lose game bia ye we wini mu eye 9 na wa draw me no inti pass mark anisa o bon ho modern ni no ya hwese bibia nso betimi akofan amana kofi o bibia bebisa no na ye nto aso person didn't fee offense Kotoko Royals say ba week grant. I don't know if so bibia bebisa no Kotoko Royals.
The only hand them say wacheche ma we understand no. Yambra game so kaza ya hu ne be
All right. Obi.
No, I am
Yankwa enim honum nti yabakwa enim honum okay mame mbra so edan me bisa but I'm sure say mame sanso bisa bio because you asemi say boso ba na ma ejapa. Yes, ahead of the game coach be any there and me so mame bisa mo administrators say mo so no de be na mo ye that tie this specific game Kotoko Royals ni nania e de ebo no Sunday.
Kwabena say most of the times Kotoko bebo matches be out means a man for ni one match no ho a e bia be Heart of Lions bi e bia benya Tema Youth bi e bia na Liberty bi a egidie say no na wo buy fixtures ni mu a top notch matches na ya na man for ni di ho pa e ti ekire pa no but especially ever since Kotoko call Soga Kope ekokoshe Akache All Stars by 3-2 especially na first 30 minutes no mo da fam no mutimi nya sweet comeback betimi winning game ni buy no Kotoko mpanifo ne management ni nyina asesa omukuku ni omkaka ebi ni matwe ajan ebi ni match atwe aso sekan ene nkontima ye de kwa akona chese ni bra ba papa enti me de sisi akora meka se mu no tie bia na chese me kra de me se betime sie nantwie na ye be hye matches ni nyensa match bia akora yensie nantwie ba ko ene nantwie ne eto ne sen ye be sie ba ko bia match bia na ye benya victory na me gidie se ne kwanso ano no enti ene bre ne de aba ya hye ase keka ne ma bom e make sure se ne esese ye bia no ye be ye na ne ye kan ne se anu nti na ye mu bi no ya hye ase ebetu ye ho aguma kina na ya show ma wiase nyina hunu ne se ba bia de na duro no emwa bia obia no omwa enu na me ka me ka sa fidie ni so o ye sofo to say ne reverend wo ha ya me ne koda bia obọ mpa ya onyere ne ho no mobi na ebi nsu Kotoko so onya na busua ne kakra na nyankopon nku na busua no na omebi nsu yen so wo ye malam na o tutas ba onso no akai Kotoko kakra sanso na ya konfunini ye gina so de ye bibie ye a mpacho momoan abaifo amutu anadwo a mo ye nam nyina no mo suspend na mo ye kakra mo ye kakra
Talking more about the game than I do, and he's not the coach. That's very interesting.
We are not on the field of the play. When it comes to that, you talk about that one. Enti Kwabena de wo mu ni nyina ne say yesre enebre ni di abapa ba bia ye duru no mo obi ankotwetwetwe no ene de wo de wo ye sofo a di ulemu wo ye konfo a di ulemu wo ye malama di udiem abefo no so me sure so be di omudiem
Okay.
na ye mya ni na ye fa victory
no on be dream papa my dear.
Maybe I do not quite revenue so much. Imagine one ya chair. So let me get back to Mr. Fitz. And now you are the interim coach of the club, and as you were saying, you are part of appointing Coach Paulo Campaigner as the head coach for Kotoko Royals. Going forward, since you are the interim coach of the club, going forward, will you be part of the club when the qualification to the Premier League comes?
I will certainly stay in a role where I will continue advising them and giving them, the consultancy. In what role this might be, this is to be discussed once we finish the season. I think I don't know whether you're aware of the fact that I have been consulting them all along the year. I mean, in terms of structures, in terms of management, in terms of strategic questions. and this is another task which we have to discuss at the end of the season. It's not only about the technical part and the promotion with the team to Premier League. It's also discussing about the structures in the organization, strategic aspects, operational aspects, and then of course the technical. And we will sit. I will report. I will give them my assessment, and then we will discuss with the management what needs to be done. Because if Kotoku Royals go to Premier League, there's a lot of work waiting, not only on the technical area, but for the whole organization. Because when you move up as a club coming out of Division 1, of course, there are many tasks and many responsibilities, and there's a lot of things to be discussed, and this will be certainly happening once the games are played.
All right, coach, next time that took down and I don't know. Okay, Chirmai, Yamko.
Oh, W. I say you are
Reverend
teacher funny because I'm not more Bianco fast and Biama. Anyway, I'm saying, I can't be okay. I now be saying, say, Jumano, Yamia Dominia de Pribiani Bar. Obetimia twice why Jumana and also need consultant Jumano na Okoso Okoye. Na Ojidi say, Kutukutim no, I'm saying, Humani be womb, especially Yamia Dominia Koyenima. Ye konkasim nti ye sent to ene nhihye ye hwe ne tutu bibia ma bibia ye kama na kotokutim ne timi gina ne nanso san se de ye no ha sese de se de wura premier am se ejabe to kroi mu nti am se eno ne nchiriche mu kakra o de ba
no nti no enenia also odi aba. But coach, you like playing 3 players up front. I've watched so many of your games. Did you recently the one you played at home? Yes.
So which three players did you observe up front?
I observed Emmanuel Mafu, Richie Zikwe, and I think this guy shared my UT.
Augustine Bachi.
No. That's one.
Let's make it short. When we're in possession, when we're attacking, we want to have as many players up front as possible, because we want to have as many players in the box, and we want to have as many players involved in attacking as possible to have a certain balance in the game. But that's what I talk to the players every now and then. They know that most of the goals they are being scored inside of the penalty box, which means we have to bring people into the penalty box. That's not only one
more
striker.
Attacking folks inside the 18 box.
Yes, so you mean not only one, not only 2 strikers. Midfield players have to get into the box. The players from the side have to penetrate into the box. We need crosses coming into the box. We need rebounds to be won around the box, and then maybe go with the second strike. So I wouldn't say it's about 3 strikers. It's about having as many, offensive activities and players involved in our attacking game as possible. And if that results in a certain number of players being present in the penalty box, we have more opportunities to score. Okay,
using those 3 players, and since you want more attacking players inside the 18-yard box of the club, per the games you have played, I think the goal scoring rate is very low.
We discussed this with the team. We have set up benchmarks for several aspects, technical aspects, the scoring average, the average of conceded goals, the average of opportunities, of passing quality, and we are aware that we have an average which is, there is room for improvement, but we have improved over the last few games. It's currently, I don't know whether you're familiar with our value of our average of scored goals at the present. Could you give me a figure?
Maybe 35%.
You mean 35% of opportunities converted?
Yes.
That would be a very high rate. That would even internationally observed be a high rate, because I can give you figures from national teams I worked with, Austrian national teams, even when we qualified for the European Championship. That means every third opportunity you score. And I think we are aware that we're not scoring too many goals. We know that. what I usually tell the players, and that's something which is interesting for the supporters, it's not only about scoring, it's about whether you create opportunities, whether you have players who are in the box and they have opportunities. Very often it's a matter of, first touch or intervention of a defender or last minute intervention of a goalkeeper, where we know very well we could exploit more of it. But I tell the players, as long as you have these opportunities, that means you have done a lot of things right, because you're in the box, you get an opportunity and you miss it. That's part of the game. Sometimes the ball hits the post, sometimes there's a bounce. We are all aware that the conditions of pitches are not, like in other places, which makes it very difficult to hit the ball. I have sometimes my own difficulties to kick the ball on these pitches, and I have to defend the player here. I have to defend the player. Sometimes we have strikers on the pitch who do a lot of work in recovering balls, winning balls back, and then relaunching the next attack. And this is something which also needs to be considered.
Okay. But do you think this formation can help the team? That information suit the team?
I think that's how we can take the best out of the team and out of the potential of the players. Yes, because you never put up like a team or a system or a formation which does not suit the qualities of the players. You have to exploit the qualities of the players at the best possible way. All
right, a certain player, that is Kofi Steven, very talented. I mean, he got everything on the pitch, but since you arrived, we are not seeing him being inside the starting lineup.
Oh, he's been on starting lineup in certain games, and he has been on the bench in certain games. But he's not the only one who has been sometimes in the starting lineup and sometimes on the bench. So he's a very valuable player. He was a bit sick. He had some health issues over the last few days, just prior to the last two games in last week. That's why he was not involved in the home game against Crystal Palace. But we brought him back to the bench, and he came on and he helped the team to win against Akatsi. So he's absolutely on the list like every other player.
All right. Inti Kofi Steven and so and some I don't know a chirman say enyo nkwana Kofi ote bench. In fact, placing be at bench, and so no sometimes here otimi ba na be boa club and the last game my boy otimi ba ye be boa club my club no etimi ewini ye. Inti enyo nkwana player na say ote bench. I don't know. Reverend, I don't know. It's same way and you just believe coach in the Juma or
Oh no, we are not worried because we know he can do it, and then he is the technical man.
Yeah.
And all the selection he has been making, it is helping, so we don't have problem with that.
All right. Okay. Inti Reverend Swako Brunini side. Now Reverend Swako Brunino answer the side inti sa na esi eteko bibi honum bi wana.
You know, this is why I don't tell the Reverend how to run his services on Sunday morning when he goes to church, because that's not my business, and he's not telling me how to put up the team.
Yes.
All right. Your first Emma ODI Electronics. Me pacho your home appliances. Ebia TV na opa